Welcome to Housing for Good, a podcast dedicated to housing topics and issues affecting our communities in McPherson County and beyond. With years of experience and expertise, hosts Chris Goodson and Karolyn Moore discuss housing challenges and opportunities with other experts from a variety of housing fields.
Hello and welcome to our next episode of Housing for Good. I'm Karolyn.
And I'm Chris.
How are you doing today, Chris?
I am doing great. Hey, I survived the holidays. That was really fun. We had some family around and we did some fun games, and my grandkids are pretty good at that.
Yeah.
So that was super fun. Yeah.
Well, we're late. I haven't got to do my Christmas yet. Coming up very soon, though, so I'm looking forward to that. So what do you have for news? I have some news.
I know you have news. Well, we could talk about Brush Up Mac.
We should talk about that.
Okay. So Brush Up Mac this year is going to be held on April 19th, 2025.
Yes.
If you would like to sign up to volunteer or to have your house worked on, you can go to our website. Or the chamber. Do we have those?
Yes,
there
the
yet?
chamber,
the
senior center,
okay,
the Council on Aging, they all have the applications for people to pick up there, or they can download it and print it from home. I have to tell you, I actually received our very first volunteer.
Yay!
Sent a form through the email submission. So it's all done online. Got it yesterday. I'm like, yes.
So one down and 299 to go.
There you go.
That's hilarious. So anyways, we would encourage you to invite people to help us to have their house worked on. It's really, really important. And we're going to have a really special guest after we get done with the news today talking about how important it is for her and what it has done for her in her life that we've come and helped. And maybe it wasn't huge, the things that we did, but I think it made a difference.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to hear from her today.
Okay.
So anyway, so let's see what else you got for news.
So for news, Wichita, the city, has been trying to do something about their homeless situation. They bought a school. They're getting ready to repurpose that to make a homeless shelter. Well, in the Kansas Reflector, December 22nd of 2024 edition, there is a reporter who went to Wichita and talked to people. On the 17th of December, the Wichita City Commission voted 4-3 to adopt stronger enforcement regulations against illegal camping. And so this reporter, his question was, who gets to be a Wichitan?
Yeah.
Who gets to be a Wichitan?
Right.
Who gets to be a McPhersonite?
Yeah. Or any place else in the country.
Yeah.
Who gets to be part of that community and be able to live there and have the resources that they need? How do we get to decide that?
So only when you have a house do you get a voice as to be a Wichitan?
Yeah.
His opinion was that in January of 23, they did the pit count, and there were 691 individuals identified as homeless. They are trying to bring 260 beds in their shelter, but it's not equipped for children or families.
Yeah, so what's a single mom or single dad supposed to do?
430 people they cannot even accommodate.
Yeah.
And now they want to make their illegal camping laws even stronger. So this guy said that people are homeless because they don't have a home, period. And he said mental health and substance abuse are brought up a lot. Well, guess what? People that have homes have those same issues. But it's way easier to deal with those struggles when you have a roof over your head.
Well, and think about how many people we've had in the Oak Harbor cottages are emergency shelter.
Yeah.
A lot of times that's nothing it's loss of a job, the people that had the fire in their home, domestic violence. A lot of things are going on with the homeless population besides drugs and alcohol and addiction. I mean, come on. I understand how uncomfortable it would be to live somewhere close to an encampment. That would probably, quite honestly, make me uncomfortable. Or if I had a business like our offices with homeless people around, it would make me very uncomfortable. However, I think if you're going to do that, you have to provide what they need. Housing, a place for them to go that's safe.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to go in a traditional homeless shelter, quite honestly, with having rooms with beds and not knowing if any of my stuff's going to be safe, or if I have kids, are they going to be safe? Do they do background checks on people who were there? I mean, I think we really need to do a better job of coming up with solutions for this type of thing and stop trying to just push it aside and pretend like it's not happening.
Now, you have another article that Joey brought to our attention.
Yeah, that was also in Wichita. There's so much going on in Wichita. So it says, this is about the Union Rescue Mission. It says, he said, additional tools, the Union Rescue Mission provides help to equip the men the organization serve to live independently. Hodges hopes not only to give out resources to those who are homeless, but to proactive toward preventing homelessness. And that's really important as well, as if we can prevent it in the first place, it's really going to make a big difference. It says, and men that are being released from incarceration, that they know they are homeless and they know they are coming to Wichita anyway, we said, put them in our program if the man wants to come here, Hodges said, and so that would help serve the need to stop the number of men on the street. So basically people who've been in jail or prison are coming to Wichita and nobody wants to rent to them or they have no resources. And so a lot of times what happens is they reoffend and end right back up in prison.
Exactly.
And so that's the same thing you were just talking about. Concerns linger with revised ordinance addressing homeless encampments around Wichita. I mean, and then it also in here it addresses people who live near that. They're saying, I don't feel safe. I can't even go in my front yard. I can't let my kids play. I can't do those things. I mean, they really have let it get out of hand in these bigger cities. And I think that if they would have addressed it sooner, like we're doing here in our community, before it gets out of hand, then solutions come about a lot quicker.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anyways, that just, it breaks my heart that they've waited so long to fix any of this.
Yeah, yep. Okay,
now
we get to move on to our guest for today. So, Chris, today we have Louie Potts-Peterson with us.
Yay!
She has been a part of our Brush Up Mac recipients
for a very long time.
Yes. And I'm so happy to have her here.
Thanks, guys. I'm glad to be here.
So tell us, how long have you been with, have you done Brush Up Mac? We were just having this discussion and you weren't sure.
Right. It's been so long, I'm not positive, but I think for probably about 8 years at least, if not longer. And actually, this past year, I didn't get a thing. I usually get a thing in the mail to sign up. And Karolyn stopped by my house and said, Louie, we didn't hear from you this year. And I said, I really just thought maybe it was somebody else's turn because you guys have been so good to me. And she said, because I told her I didn't get my, and she said, oh, no, we still want to help. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we don't take turns unless you want something really major done on your house, and then we have to figure out how we're going to do it.
Well, and I have to tell you, so the New Hope Church?
Yes.
Spencer is the youth pastor there.
That's
he
my
was
church.
last year.
Yes.
Yeah. So he gets a hold of me every year and he says, is Louie signed up? We want Louie. And I think by the time that Spencer and I had that conversation last year, your name had already gotten taken by another group. And I had to go to that other group and say, can I have Louie back?
Oh, yay.
Man, people are fighting over her.
So
wow.
Thanks.
Are you giving them good treats while they're at your house, or what is happening?
I do sometimes provide some donuts and water, but you don't have to. I was told clearly that you don't have to, but I figured that's the least I can do.
Yeah.
And because I'm so appreciative.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Louie, what are some of the jobs that you've had done at your house?
I made a list so that I wouldn't forget. First of all, the first year that you guys did it, a bunch of little grade school kids painted some rocks for my rock garden, and they were from the school. One of the teachers had
Washington Elementary School.
Yes.
Me, Jamie, and Amy
Yep.
and that was so neat. But they have raked and bagged tons of leaves for me. I have huge sycamore tree in the back, and I get lots of leaves. And not only did they do that, but they hauled them off for me, which was fabulous. They put some lattice work I wanted on my fence just to give it a little coziness back there, and they did that for me. They've cleaned gutters. They've spray painted some of my lawn furniture. They cleaned out my garage one year because I had some things in there. I use it for storage, and I had things that needed to be hauled off, just, stuff that needed to go in the trash. And they did that, plus wipe down the tubs and things. They even put my daddy's chimes back together. My dad had made my mom some chimes one year, and both my parents are gone now, and I'll cry. But I still had all the pieces, and one of the kids noticed and asked, could they put it back together for me? And that was like
Oh.
the icing on the cake.
Oh,
You know, it's always those little things that
Yes.
seem like not that big of a deal that really hit you.
It was
You know?
like, because they didn't have to do that, but that was very special to me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And gosh, I could just go on, but that's
That's a
the
lot.
big things for me.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was a lot. So how did you feel when the volunteers were there? I mean, what was your experience with them?
I've had volunteers that have been from young kids to teenagers to adults to probably people my age that can still do things. And they're always so kind and so helpful. They ask, what can we do? Is there something more you want us to do? They've just been awesome. And even the little kids just love helping. And it's really neat to see families doing that and teaching their children
Yeah, that's
to help others. Yeah.
Okay, so you said when we started our conversation, you said, I didn't get a paper and I just thought maybe it was somebody else's turn.
Right.
So what are some reasons that a person would say, no, I'm okay, let somebody else have the service?
Oh, man, I don't know why anybody would turn you down if they knew about you guys and knew what everybody can do for you. At least, like for me, because of my physical capabilities are not what they used to be because of an accident that I was in. And I just can't think of why they wouldn't want you to come unless they're just afraid that they need to do something, more than, because I don't have to do anything except be there when you guys are there.
Yeah.
And which is,
Now, have we ever done anything for you inside your home?
no.
Okay.
I was under the understanding that that was not possible unless we made some kind of arrangements, maybe not with Brush Up Mac or maybe with just some of the people.
It really depends on, we can actually do pretty much anything if we have volunteers willing to do it.
Yeah.
So that is a misnomer that people think, oh, they only do whatever. But it depends on what volunteers. We had a group of college kids, I think. What didn't they want to paint the inside of somebody's bedroom or something?
No, they actually went to a person in Canton and did some repair work in the bathroom.
Okay.
Put in handrails,
But I think on
grab bars.
on North Hardip, they painted a bedroom.
Okay. So if we have the volunteers to do the work that needs to be done, inside or out, and comfort level is good for everybody involved, then we are able to do inside work as well. We
Okay.
don't get as many requests for that, but once in a while, something will come up.
Well, that's good to know because I don't believe I even understood that. Maybe I just didn't understand correctly, but that's nice to know.
And
Yeah.
we've done some pretty crazy things. We actually put a roof on one year. They had somebody say, we had a group out of Galva that said, we'd like to do some work, whatever construction project, we'll do one construction project. So we had a single lady, an older lady with her special needs son,
Right.
and they put a brand new roof on her house, and all she had to pay for was materials.
That's awesome.
Which we don't do that very often, so nobody get that big idea.
Yeah.
But we have been able to do that. We had somebody fix a hot water heater. We had somebody change out a faucet before.
Put up a fence that fell down.
And we can't promise any of those things because, again, if we have volunteers who are willing to do that, or if you wanted to donate toward Brush Up Mag to give us more funds, we could do more of that to hire people to come in.
Yeah.
I mean, keeping people in their homes is so important for their
So
mental
important.
health. And,
Yes.
and I mean, how do you feel about being able to stay in your home?
I love the fact that I'm still able to be in my own home, even though I'm, don't have people around with me to help do things, oh, honey, can you go do this?
Yeah.
And my youngest daughter and my grandson both live here, and they help me a lot. But, they work, they have the life, so you don't want to just call them for every little thing. And that's why this Brush Up Mac has been so important to me, because I'm not lying, guys, when I say I have tons of leaves. If you guys could think of how many bags of leaves you guys have done for me, and paying someone to do that or to haul them off to the dump, because I don't have any way to haul things off, even if I could rake them up. So, and you guys have always just taken care of all of that.
Well, and even if you could pay somebody, let's just say you could pay somebody, trying to find somebody to do that is not easy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Trying to find that labor force is very difficult.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. I've been very blessed. I had a friend who was who took care of a bunch of my yard stuff for quite a while and didn't charge me very much at all. But then he passed away suddenly and from an aneurysm. Then right now I have a young fella from my church who just volunteered to come and take care of some stuff. And I offered to pay. I said, I can't pay a lot, but but I did tell him about Brush Up Mac. I said, except in April, I said, I have these people that are just wonderful. And I said, they always do neat things for me. So if they continue to do that, I said, I just love having them come.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I've seen the leaves at your house, by the way.
Yes.
My son and his girlfriend, and then my husband and I, and Karolyn and her husband too, we run around and we pick up that stuff with our trailers. So I've been to your house a couple times. I'm like, wow, this is a lot of leaves.
This is a little
We're
yard.
Like, wow, how is this possible? They have this many leaves in this yard.
Yeah, because my yard isn't that huge, but in particular, the backyard, I mean, the front yard has a lot too because I have that big maple tree, but in the back, we're talking those leaves are huge.
And the fence holds them in.
Yes.
The wind blows and the fence, they can't go anywhere.
But she doesn't win the prize because last year we had a single lady, was it 17 loads we took to the dump or something like that?
Yes. There were 3 pickups with trailers.
Yeah.
And they made numerous trips.
Yeah.
Every one of them made numerous trips. And her yard looks so amazing that I'm anticipating that we'll be back there again this year because there'll be, in a year's time, there'll be additional stuff that needs to be done.
Well, we couldn't do it all.
We couldn't. We had to stop.
We had to stop. We couldn't do it all. It was too much.
Well, I know one year one of the groups brought a trailer back to my house. I think part of my tree had blown down, and they even came and took care of that and hauled it off.
I think I remember that one too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been to your house a lot, and I'm so
but
happy. I mean, everybody's so deserving in our community.
Absolutely.
Well, like I said, I truly thought, you guys have been so good to me for so long that maybe it was somebody else's turn. And I told Karolyn, if that's the case, that's fine, because everybody that needs help like this should be able to have someone like you guys. They need to get a hold of you because it's great.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you.
I know that we shoot for around 25 homes. I think because we have a couple of industries in town, that their volunteer teams will go out on days other than that Saturday. It lasts for about a week from start to finish. That Saturday is when we focus on it. But you know what? We have always gotten all of the homeowners that requested help. We've always gotten them done.
Yes.
So, maybe 25 is what we shoot for. Maybe we're able to do a few more. It just depends, like we said, on the number of volunteers. So you heard us say we put our applications, we have them online. You can pick them up at the Senior Center, the Chamber of Commerce, Council on Aging. Because we focus so much on seniors, but also low-income homeowners, is there any place else that you could see where we should put our place out there so that people can know about what we do? How can we tell more people?
Well, for one thing, this podcast, I think, is a great idea because so many people listen to things like this nowadays.
Yeah.
Media. The other thing would be possibly, I don't know if they still do the bulletin board like at Dillon's or somewhere like that where someone might see
That's
something.
true. That's true. And we do try to send stuff to the churches in town for them to pass it out to their congregation. To just trying to get the word out there. Chris and I have this conversation routinely where we will run across somebody that doesn't know what we do, and it's like, how do you not know?
I know.
But somehow we're missing a stream of, resources or something.
I wonder, too, if you, do you talk to the people like at the American Legion or the VFW?
I think this year we were going to put some applications there, which we still need to do. But we go to the Senior Center, Council on Aging. I mean, we try to tell it's so surprising to me. We have all this communication out there, yet people don't know about what we do, Brush Up Mac, our cottages. It's like, I need to stand on a rooftop and scream or something.
Well, haven't you guys even gone in the parade on May Day?
We've never been in the parade.
Maybe
That's our problem, Karolyn. We need to be in this parade. Every year, we'll see, it comes, we used to have a lot more stuff during the parade, and we're like, well, maybe we should get some kids carrying a sign or something and have Brush Up Mac, Oak Harbor Cottages, and walk down the street with our kids or something, because it's like, how can you, we've been on the news and
in the newspapers.
In magazines. It's like, how is this possible? But unfortunately, and it upsets us, not because we want to have any kind of notoriety, but because we want to reach
those
people like you who really could use that assistance to stay in your home. It's really, really important to us that we can reach more people so that we can help them stay in their homes.
Well, it's an excellent service. That's all I have to say to anybody who is needing something. Don't feel, it's very humbling, but I would tell those people, and I'll cry, sorry, because it's very hard when you've always been a do person to not be able to be the one that's going and helping you guys do these things, but rather having the help to me.
Yeah.
But I'm so grateful, and I would say to those people, don't let your pride get in the way. Don't let anything stop you. If you need help with even just the smallest thing, just call you guys, and say, hey, I really could use your help, because it's just been amazing for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I do have one more story I would love to share, and that has to do with a step that happened after Brush Up Mac. So there was a homeowner, single woman, and the team that went to work on her gutters got a hold of me and said, hey, she needs more than just gutters. She needs a new roof. So we were able to, at the Housing Coalition, find out about a grant/loan program. And because of that team seeing the need and realizing it's greater than Brush Up Mac, we moved forward and we got her a brand new roof put on. She qualified for a $10,000 grant. She does not pay it back. So her roof cost her just under $3,000.
That's excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just to let people know, there's more resources out there than what we're aware of. We have to know what it is you need to have done. And then Chris and I are relentless at figuring out where to get the resources, where to get the funds, how to get the help to keep you in your home that much longer and safer, and keep the property value up and all of that.
It helps the neighbors. Really, when we're helping you, but it also is good for your neighbors. It's good for your community. It's good for everybody to have your home in good repair. And I know for myself, when my dad lived on his own, he did so much better than when he was ended up in a nursing home for the last few months of his life. I know that he just felt like he had hope and that he still had a life.
Yes.
And so that's really important, that we keep you and everybody else in their homes.
Yeah.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was you guys who just showed me this past year a grant to get new windows, I think. I believe you brought me something. I did fill it out because my whole family was here from Australia, Tennessee, and everywhere. So it was just not a good timing, but I still have that in my mind because I do live in an older home, but I've tried to be a good steward of it as best I can, Yeah. And new windows, that kind of thing would be excellent. Just like you said, it increases the value of your home.
Yeah, it's good for everybody.
And that's the same program that this other woman took advantage of. Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited.
And when you talked about that other program, you didn't tell her how inexpensive the monthly payments were going to be for her.
Oh, yeah. You can, if you get a loan, you can get up to $40,000, and you pay 1%.
Yeah, for that $3,000.
For 20 years or so.
What was that $3,000 going to cost her a month? I thought it was really
less than $5.
Yeah, per month.
She has 20 years to pay it off.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Can't argue with that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
No, it's such an amazing program, and I'm just really happy for those homeowners that we help with Brush Up Mac to take it a step forward. So, well, thank you so much for
thank
joining
you, Louie.
us.
We loved having you.
Thank you guys for having me, and thank you so much to you guys and to all of the volunteers that have helped me. Not just my church family, but the volunteers from the other churches and other areas of the community that have come to my house and work.
Awesome.
Much appreciated.
Hey, we should give them some contact information if they want to get on our website.
Absolutely. So McPhersonHousingCoalition.org. Under Brush Up Mac tab, you can find the volunteer form, you can find the homeowner form. Print that off, or I think there's a way for you to fill it out right there online and just hit submit and it comes to me. So whatever makes you comfortable.
And if you're not able to do that, not everybody can do computer things.
Yes.
Then you could go to the senior center, you can go to the Chamber of Commerce and
Heck,
pick those
you can
up.
call me.
Call Karolyn, she'll
and
drop
I'll
you one
mail
off
you
your house.
one.
Yes, she will. I've seen her drive over to people's
She'll
houses.
come over.
She will find you.
Our telephone number out here is 620-241-7828, extension 17. Any way that we can hook people up with this program, it's just so worthwhile. So thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate you listening to our podcast. If you would be interested or you know somebody who would be interested in being on Housing for Good, drop us a line, leave us a review, tell us how we're doing. Our email for the podcast is housingforgood@mcphersonhc.org. Thank you for listening and have a great day.
Yep, have a great day.